Okay, we've got the new transformer in. This is going from ground to the output from the B+, which is what we were getting before. That's a good sign. We're going to double check now from the output of the B+ to pin I think it's 6 or 7 of the it's that blue lead basically, the vertical out. That's good. 1.65K. That's good. That's what's going through that 1K resistor in the prime. I actually have a 1.2K. I have to get the correct resistor in there, but that's going through that what should be that 1K resistor and the primary of the transformer. So we're looking good there. Now we're going to do the original test, which was let's get this thing settled down. Back to the, again, this is the B+. Now remember, this is where when plugging in the convergence would essentially short out the B+. So I've got a ground wire. That's this yellow lead here. Just to make sure I've got a good ground. First I'll ground out the B+ completely. Okay, that's me just clipping the yellow lead on. Unclip the yellow lead. And now what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that ground wire really was hooked up. I'm going to ground out my convergence. This transformer is slightly different. It had an orange-white where it should have had the other one had a red-black, but other than that it was identical. No change. I'm going to unhook it. No change. Perfect. So now grounding that convergence lead, I'll check the other side too. That's the orange lead, which I don't need to ground out. I'll ground it anyway, just to check. Just connects up to that orange lead. No change. Here's what you do when you're doing things like this. I made a pictorial representation of the transformer, identifying pertinent details about where everything goes. I'll double check this before I power anything up. This comes in really handy. I also had, this is the vertical out transformer that I'm using. The only thing difference, it says right here, again it says orange, orange, white. Well, on the original transformer that was orange, and what it says on the Zenith book, the original Zenith part, was orange and black red. So I just made a little notation to this worksheet. I double checked all the colors, make sure they were the same as the schematics, checked everything for continuity. Everything looks good. So I'll go through and double check all of my connections here. I only had to splice one wire where I got a little bit short. I should have cut the wire a little bit longer. That was a blue lead. It went way up here pretty far. I had to make a little splice there. I got the soldering iron too hot too, this black and white, and that got a little hot, so I put a little shield over that where the insulation got a little goofed up. Everything else was nice and clean, no issues really. Like I said, the only thing I have to do is I have to install a new sand resistor, which goes right in that space right there between that red wire and that green and a white black wire. It's supposed to be a 1K resistor, so that really should be replaced before I go any further. And there's the replacement transformer. That was an NOS stock. That was a new old stock Zenith third arson transformer. So we'll see how this goes. I'm pretty sure I won't be smoking any more resistors. I don't know if this will solve all the problems or not. I sure hope so. I'm getting kind of tired of this thing. More to come as it gets done. Thanks again.